applications of properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Now second type is express each of the following in the simplest form. First type we have seen, find the value of the given expression. Now express each of the following expression in the simplest form using properties of inverse trigonometric functions. For example, first one, tan inverse of cos x minus sin x upon cos x plus sin x, where x is between minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. So we want to get the simplest form of this. Now we have tan inverse of something, right? So inside the bracket we have some expression. So that expression, this particular expression, we want to express, or we want to get it in the form of tan. Okay, so our first step will be, we will divide numerator and denominator by cos x. Since x is between minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, so cos x, we know that cos x is not equal to 0. So we can divide numerator and denominator with cos x. So our first step will be dividing numerator and denominator by cos x. So we get tan inverse of cos x upon cos x is 1 minus sin x upon cos x is tan x upon 1 plus tan x. This is equal to, now this is nothing but tan inverse of, we know that this is the formula for tan of pi by 4 minus x. Formula for tan pi by 4 minus x. And tan inverse of tan theta. Tan inverse of, so this is equal to, we can write pi by 4 minus x, provided, now what is the requirement? So since tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta when theta lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is the property. So this property we can make use of here. So we get tan inverse of tan pi by 4 minus x as pi by 4 minus x. Since pi by 4 minus x lies between, see x lies between minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. So pi by 4 minus x will lie between what? So let's find out that. Since minus pi by 4 is less than x is less than pi by 4, therefore pi by 4 is greater than minus x is greater than minus pi by 4. Therefore, what we want is pi by 4 minus x. So, pi by adding pi by 4. So, pi by 4 plus pi by 4 will give us pi by 2 will be greater than pi by 4 minus x will be greater than pi by 4 minus pi by 4 is 0. So this theta here, theta is pi by 4 minus x, this theta lies between 0 to pi by 2. Right, so our pi by 4 minus x lies between 0 to pi by 2. So this satisfies this condition. Therefore, we can easily replace tan inverse of tan pi by 4 minus x with pi by 4 minus x. So our simplified form is pi by 4 minus x. So this is our simplified form, pi by 4 minus x. Fine. Okay, let's proceed with the next one. Now second one. Simplify now tan inverse of cos x upon 1 plus sin x, where x lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So our x is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Then how do you simplify this? Again we have tan inverse. So we want to have tan inverse of tan. So we'll convert this expression in the bracket in terms of tan. Since we know that cos of 2x is equal to cos square x minus sin square x. Cos 2x is cos square x minus sin square x. Therefore, so cos x we can write it as cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. Fine. So this numerator can be replaced with this cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2. What about the denominator? For denominator, how will we proceed? Now denominator is 1 plus sin x. So 1 plus sin x. How do we write 1 plus sin x? 1, since 1 plus sin x is equal to, when we replace 1 with the identity cos square x by 2 plus sin square x by 2 and sin x with 2 sin x by 2 cos x by 2, therefore 1 plus sin x, now this is perfect square, cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 whole square. Fine. So let's substitute for cos x and let's substitute for 1 plus sin u. So we get tan inverse of numerator we are going to replace with cos square x by 2 minus sin square x by 2 and denominator is a perfect square cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 whole square. This is equal to, now numerator is in the form a square minus b square, which can be factorized as a minus b, a plus b. So we get tan inverse of cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 into cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2, and denominator is perfect square. So we can write cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 into cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. That is equal to tan inverse of, so one factor gets cancelled and what remains is cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2 in the numerator, and denominator is cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2. And now, like the previous problem, we can proceed dividing numerator and denominator with cos x by 2. So we get tan inverse of 1 minus tan x by 2 upon 1 plus tan x by 2, which is nothing but tan inverse of tan pi by 4 minus x by 2. Since it is given that x is between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, so what can we say about pi by 4 minus x by 2? So pi by 2 is greater than minus x is greater than minus pi by 2. Therefore we want x by 2. So pi by 4 will be greater than minus x by 2 is greater than minus pi by 4. Adding pi by 4 we get pi by 2 is greater than pi by 4 minus x by 2 is greater than 0. So this particular angle lies between 0 to pi by 2. Therefore we can easily write tan inverse of tan theta as theta. So this is nothing but theta in this case is pi by 4 minus x by 2. So our simplified form is this, pi by 4 minus x by 2. Let's proceed with the next one, third one. Simplify tan inverse of square root of 1 plus cos x plus square root of 1 minus cos x upon square root 1 plus cos x minus square root 1 minus cos x. Given that x is between 0 to pi by 2. X lies between 0 to pi by 2. So we want to simplify this. Now which formula we will require here? Using 1 plus cos x is equal to, what is the formula? 2 cos square x by 2, and 1 minus cos x is equal to 2 sin square x by 2. So we require these two results here. Okay, let's continue. So using this we get tan inverse of square root 2 cos square x by 2 plus square root 2 sin square x by 2 upon 2 cos square x by 2 minus square root 2 sin square x by 2. Simplifying further, so tan inverse of, we get cos x by 2 plus sin x by 2 upon cos x by 2 minus sin x by 2. Since we know that what is given? It is given that 0 less than x less than pi by 2. Therefore, what can you say about angle x by 2? So 0 less than x by 2 is less than pi by 4. Therefore, both cos x by 2 and sin x by 2 are positive. So cos x by 2 is positive, sin x by 2 is also positive. First quadrant. And further procedure, all of you know how to proceed like the previous ones. Dividing numerator and denominator with cos x by 2. So we get tan inverse of 1 plus tan x by 2 upon 1 minus tan x by 2. That is equal to tan inverse of tan, here it will be pi by 4 plus x by 2, which is equal to, now check the condition whether it satisfies the condition. Now we know that since 0 less than x by 2 less than pi by 4, therefore Adding pi by 4, what we get? Pi by 4 is less than pi by 4 plus x by 2 is less than pi by 2. So theta lies between 0 to pi by 2. Therefore, we can easily write this as this is equal to pi by 4 plus x by 2. So this is our simplified form, pi by 4 plus x by 2. Next, problem number 4. Simplify tan inverse of x upon square root a square minus x square, given that a lies between minus a to a. Now whenever we come across such expressions, see, our aim is to get tan inverse of tan. If it is sin inverse outside, we'll try to get sin inverse of sin. If it is cos inverse, we'll try to get cos inverse of cos. So whatever expression is given inside the bracket, we will try to express it in terms of tan. Whenever you have square root of a square minus a square, then in order to get rid of the square root sign, or in order to convert it into trigonometric forms, we will use some trigonometric substitutes here. In this case, we can substitute x is equal to either a sin theta or a cos theta. We simply make use of trigonometric identities. When you replace x with a sin theta, automatically you are going to get a square minus a square sin square theta. That means a square into 1 minus sin square theta. That means a square into cos square theta, and square root of that will be a cos theta. So you are going to get rid of the square root sign. Okay. Then when you have square root of, say, a square plus x square, then in that case your substitute will be x is equal to, which trigonometric identity we can use? So we can substitute x is equal to a tan theta, that's right, or a cot theta. And next type is when you have x square, root of x square minus a square, then in that case x is equal to a sec theta or a cosec theta. Fine. So these three are okay. Fine. Next, sometimes you might get expression like this, square root of a minus x. There is no square term here. You have a minus x. Now how to get square term? Because we want to get rid of the square root, so we must get square term inside the root sign. So here we can make use of the substitute x is equal to either a cos theta or a cos of 2 theta. So these are the standard substitutes. Now let's continue with our problem. So in this case we are going to substitute x as a sin theta. So putting x is equal to a sin theta. You are putting x equal to a sin theta means this implies what is the value of sin theta? Sin theta is x upon a. Tan inverse of, now inside the bracket we are replacing x with a sin theta. So numerator will be a sin theta and denominator will be square root of a square minus a square sin square theta. When you simplify it further, you will get tan inverse of a sin theta upon, as we mentioned earlier, this is nothing but a cos theta, right? A square cos square theta, so square root of that means a cos theta. So tan inverse of, we get tan theta, and that is nothing but tan inverse of tan theta is equal to theta But what is theta here? What is theta? See, your final answer should be in terms of x and a, because these are the only variables, these are the only terms given to us, right? So we have introduced theta here by substituting x as a sine theta. So your final answer, you don't leave it as theta, convert it in terms of a and x. So since sine theta is x upon a, therefore theta is equal to sine inverse of x by a. Okay, so we get here our final answer is theta is replaced with sine inverse of x by a. So this is the simplified form, sine inverse of x by a. Let's proceed with the next one. Now we want to simplify this. Tan inverse of, we are given square root of a minus x upon a plus x. Where x lies between minus a to a. Now, as I mentioned earlier, what will be our substitute here? What will be the substitute? What type of expression we have? We have root of a minus x upon a plus x. So, putting x is equal to a cos theta. That means cos theta in this case is x upon a. That means our cos theta lies between, when you consider x upon a, it will be between minus 1 to plus 1. Fine. Okay. Now let's continue. So we are going to replace x with a cos theta. So we get tan inverse of square root a minus a cos theta upon a plus a cos theta. That is equal to tan inverse of, so a into 1 minus cos theta. That means we get, what is 1 minus cos theta? So it will be a into 1 minus cos theta is, now I am going to write it directly. We already discussed this. 1 minus cos theta is 2 sine square, it will be theta by 2, and denominator is a common 1 plus cos theta, that is 2 cos square theta by 2. That is equal to tan inverse of, now this is nothing but tan theta by 2, since cos theta is x by a, that means x by a is cos theta. So we know that cos theta lies between, see, minus 1 less than x by a, right? But what is x by a? X by a is cos theta, is less than plus 1. So our cos theta lies between minus 1, 1. So what can you say about theta? So our theta lies between, cos of which angle is 1 and cos of which angle is minus 1. So our theta lies between 0 to pi. Cos 0 is 1 and cos of 180 or cos of pi is minus 1. So our theta lies between, that means theta by 2 will lie between what? So 0 less than theta less than pi, that means 0 less than theta by 2 less than pi by 2. So angle is in the, theta by 2 is in the first quadrant. Theta is by 2 is in the first quadrant. That's why we have to consider tan theta by 2 directly, and that is equal to, so tan inverse of, So tan inverse of tan theta by 2 is equal to theta upon 2. But again, final answer should be in terms of x and a. So this is nothing but half into theta. What is theta here? Cos theta is x by a. So theta will be cos inverse of x upon a. So this is the simplified form, half into cos inverse of x by a. Next, sin inverse of x upon square root of x square plus a square. What will be the substitute? Come on, fast. So sin inverse of, we have root of x square plus a square. So our substitute will be, what will be our substitute? So putting what? That's right, putting x is equal to a tan theta or a cot theta. Very good. So let's substitute. So we get a tan theta upon square root of, this will be a square tan square theta plus a square. So sin inverse of, if you simplify it further, this is a tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is sec square theta. So this will be a sec theta, and further if you write tan as sin by cos and sec as 1 by cos, you will have sin inverse of sin theta, which is nothing but theta, and theta in this case is, tan theta is x by a, so theta will be tan inverse of x by a. Suppose we have cos inverse of x upon root x square plus a square. Similar type. Cos inverse of, see inside the bracket we have similar expression, x upon root x square plus a square. But outside the bracket we have cos inverse. In the previous problem we had sin inverse. Since the root sign has x square plus a square, so what will be our substitute here? X is equal to a tan theta or a cot theta. In this case, since we have cos inverse outside, we will prefer putting x is equal to a cot theta. That means cot theta is x upon a. Fine. So let's substitute. When you substitute x as a cot theta, you will get cos inverse of a cot theta upon square root of a square cot square theta plus a square. So cos inverse of a cot theta upon, now cot square theta plus 1 is cosec square theta, a square cosec square theta, root of that, so a cosec theta. So we get cos inverse of, simplify, cot is cos by sin, this is 1 upon sin, so you get cos theta. Cos inverse of cos theta is theta. But what is theta here? This is nothing but cot inverse of x upon a. So our final result or the simplification is cot inverse of x upon a.